Hey, what's up everybody? It's straight up 8 o'clock in the morning on this TGIF Friday, May 24th, 2013, and the start of the Memorial Day weekend. And yeah, it says a special TGIF vlog, because usually I do, as you know, I pretty much do vlogs on Monday to let you know what's happened over the weekend, if not the week. But wow, I haven't had the time to do it. Don't know why. Just haven't had the time. But wow, what a past 2 weeks so far. Very interesting, to say the least, at times. It's just, wow, a lot has happened throughout the past week or so. Yeah, a lot has happened. Let me put it to you like this. Let me put it to you like this. It's been a very intriguing week, to say the least. More along the lines of the fact that, there's been some stuff that's happened, not much, but some stuff. I go over this past weekend. I was going to talk about this on Monday, but like I said, just didn't have the time. But over this past weekend, of course, me and my mom, we went shopping a little grocery shopping, and a few items, non-grocery, at Walmart here in town. And for some odd reason, my mom decides she's going to get a movie that I could have easily gotten through Redbox or Netflix and DVD Fab for her, but she decided she was going to buy it because she likes the actress in there, and that is The Guilt Trip. And I'm thinking, I could easily get this for her through Netflix or Redbox, but she decided to get it. So she got The Guilt Trip. And I'm thinking, okay, that's fine, no problem. And speaking of movies, I ended up getting some new Scooby movies this past weekend as well through Netflix, which I DVD fabbed. Those were, the three originally were Big Top Scooby, Loch Ness Monster, and what was the other one? Sorry about that, folks. I thought that was my mom driving up. I'm thinking, it would be kind of surprising if she was home already, and it's a little after 8. No, but I know one was Big Top Scooby, one was Loch Ness Monster, and I'm trying to think of the other one. I can't think of it right now. I have to look it up. Have to look it up or something. Again, like I said, I know it was Big Top Scooby, Loch Ness Monster, and something else. Something else. I can't think of it. Hold on for a second, folks. Let me go see which one it was. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I had to check which one it was, and also I told the cat back in the garage. But basically, it's the three I'm talking about were Big Top Scooby, Loch Ness Monster, and the Goblin King. That's right, the Goblin King. Now you would think, honestly, that you should get the first three that you get when you order from Netflix. Am I right? Well, unfortunately, I didn't get the other one until this past Monday. Now that I'll give Netflix some positive feedback on that. They at least give you a fourth or fifth disc, or even sixth disc, depending on your plan, to compensate for the fact that it was one of your first ones in your queue that was supposed to come after you return the others. But didn't. So, yeah, but didn't. So basically it came on Monday, and it came from Kansas City of all places. You know. Anyway, yeah, so I got 4 of them, and then I mailed all 4 in one envelope, and in exchange you're getting 3 more movies today. And it's only 2 Dune movies and 1 other movie that I've been planning to get as well. So yeah, kind of strange doing that a little bit. And of course we've had my 9-year-old nephew with us Monday through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today maybe, we're not too sure yet, but Wednesday, Thursday, and I think today we won't have him due to certain reasons and all that. But yeah, we basically had him Monday through Tuesday. And it's like I said, it's been a very intriguing week, very interesting week so far, because this is what kind of gets me a little bit. This is what kind of gets me. I'm used to having and seeing graduations take place on the weekend. The last graduation I went to before my 17-year-old nephew's was my niece. My niece's graduation in Turlock. She graduated on the weekend. And I'm usually traditionally used to that. I'm thinking, okay, she's graduating on the weekend, that's fine. But here's what's crazy about this. I don't know if it's just here or if it's been going around the country or something. But it seems lately a lot of high school graduations have been happening during the week. I don't understand why. You know, is it because they changed things up? I mean, what's going on? Well, anyway, my nephew had his graduation yesterday. Yeah, he had his graduation yesterday. And they did a pretty good job, I will say that. The school did. They did a pretty damn good job. Basically, the thing with my nephew is traditional. If things would have worked out the way they could have, if things would have worked out, if things would have worked out the way they could have, if you will. Like I said, if things could have worked out the way they could have, he would have been graduating with Modesto High. It's true, he would have been graduating with Modesto High. Instead, God has a reason for a lot of things, and he had to transfer, basically, to Bayer High School for certain reasons. Like I say, God has a reason for everything. And instead of being part of the Modesto class, he was part of the Bayer class, which is okay. And ironically, here's what's funny. the previous week, his school was on the news, basically because a lot of people were scaffolding tickets. And that was another thing as well that was kind of new to me, because I don't think we ever did this with my nieces. I don't think it was ever done with mine. But apparently it's done when you go outside, which is weird. But apparently, things you have to have a ticket for the graduation. It's like if you don't have a ticket, you can't see the graduation. Hello? Ticket or not, you should be able to see your nephew or your grandson or your cousin's graduation. Well, anyway, like I said, God has a reason for things being the way they are, and he ended up being part of Bayer. So he went to Bayer, and he graduated yesterday. And they had the graduation at John Thuman Field in Modesto, which is basically the home field of the minor league baseball affiliate of the Colorado Rockies, who are going to be in San Francisco tonight, and playing the Giants, Modesto Nuts. Yeah, the Modesto Nuts are the minor league affiliate, one of the minor league affiliates of the Colorado Rockies. So, anyway, we go and we do the graduation, and it's really nice. They do a pretty decent job. One of the differences I could tell between my niece's, mine, and I think even his dad's, is the fact that they had two separate, they had the seats, like from here to there. Like here, on one side there was one seat, on the other side was another seat, was another row of seats. So basically, where we were, you had seats, on the other side you had some seats. Basically about 3 or 4 rows of, basically about 4 or 5 rows of seats on each side. And the students came out from both ends. Here's what was funny though. Here's what was funny, if not a little bit unique. They had the boys in blue. Traditionally blue is the boys' color. And they had the girls in red. You know, they had the girls in red. But then here's what's kind of a little bit more different. You had, from what I could count, maybe about 8 to 10 students wearing white robe. 8 to 10 students wearing white robes with the golden tassel with the CSF on it. And it was basically for the Golden State Life thing or something like that, membership. Basically, they were the top students. Students that would go from like Bayer High School to places like, say, UCLA or Texas or Harvard if they wanted to. That kind of stuff. Even KU. I wouldn't be surprised if any of these students would go to KU. But the point is, we had different kind. Basically, the point is, I'm trying to get this across. The point is they had the boys and the girls separated by colors, which was pretty cool. I remember my graduation, even my niece's graduation, we all had the same colors. Weird, but we did. But anyway, long story short, it was a decent graduation. There was this one lady that came up to where we were because my sister, my second older sister, my nephew, my 17-year-old nephew's mom, and her mother-in-law had gotten up to go get a souvenir. Basically, they were going to get see if I have one in here. Don't know if I do or not. We'll just use this for an example. But they were going to go get something like this, which was all tin, and it had the entire class name on there. I'm not joking. It was navy blue color, and it had the entire class on there, all 400 students, by name, that is, by name, which was pretty cool. And it cost $10. Cost $10. Go figure. But anyway, you know, they went to do that, and this lady comes up with this baby, with her, I guess, a baby or a grandchild or whatever in a carriage. And she's thinking, oh, we could sit here, sit there, and while my sister, and you would think this lady would notice, oh, there's a bottle of water, there's a purse, there's something here. This lady's saying, no, you can just sit right there, right? But my older sister, she's like, sorry, these are taken. And the lady's like, where? Who? Basically gets an attitude like, where? Huh? And I guess then she tells her husband or something, says, oh, well, we can't take these are taken, you know. Like, she has an attitude about it. My older sister's like, yeah, they went to the bathroom. And then my sister, she's getting up to go to the bathroom after they come back. She says, basically my sister's walking by, my older sister is walking by her, and, you know, just, you know, basically to really let her know that these seats are taken where we were at. She's like, I hope somebody doesn't take my seat. And of course my older sister politely tells the security, you gotta do something about this lady. She thinks she can just do whatever the hell she wants, you know. So anyway, the lady was kind of still there for a bit, abstracting the view at times of my brother-in-law, my older sister's husband and stuff. And then she moves on someplace else. And she's doing the same thing over the other section. And finally, I guess security talked to her or something. I'm not really sure. And you know, either she had to finally sit down or something. But anyway, besides that, we finally, but besides that, we did enjoy the graduation. No offense to the girl, I'm sure she did a decent job, but the girl that did the national anthem, you need to work on your vocal cords, girl. But anyway, I'm sure she did a decent job. I mean, she was singing right and basically almost in the middle of the baseball field doing this, the way they had it set up. And then of course, you know, they had, like I said, they had the little speech by one of the Golden State Federation members now, senior class members. And then they had the students come up and get the diplomas. Basically, I think they knew they had, they were running low on time, so they had to do something. So we had to wait, and I think about maybe 15 minutes in, about 10, 15 minutes into the diplomas being handed out, the third row finally gets up, well, my nephew is, both third rows get up on both sides, and they end up getting the diplomas. My nephew finally gets his, so, which was a proud moment for a lot of us. Then after that, we went back to the house, my second older sister's house, to kind of clean up a little, not clean up, just kind of wash up a little bit, like get some water on the kids, you know, because we were all sitting in the sun basically, well, majority. The shade came in towards the end, but we were mostly in the sun. So, you know, just to get them cleaned and everything, and, you know, kind of do a bathroom break. And then we went from there to Johnny Carino's, near the mall in Modesto. And what was funny about this was kind of a little unique adventure because they had basically shut down the off-ramp that we would usually take to get to that area. So we had to take a back road, kind of got lost a little bit, and then we finally got there. You know, we finally got to Johnny Carino's, if you will. And the waiter that we had, his name was Eric, was a good guy. He reminded my mom a lot of my cousin Richie. And he was nice, easygoing, talkative, you know. But here was the problem. His fellow cooks, the ones that cooked the food, they really needed to be on their A game because myself, my graduating nephew, his step-grandfather, we were the last three to get our food. I was the last one to get my food. And, you know, I didn't get, you know, I don't know, but, you know, I ate it. I finally got it. It was good, but I was the last one to get my food. And you would think I should have had it just around the same time everybody else was getting theirs. But here was the problem. Here was the problem. The cooks, like I said, were not on their A game. And it may have, and the thing is, even, and you know, they should be on their A game, and it shouldn't matter if I said, oh, make my burger well done. It shouldn't have mattered if I said that. They should have had it done around the time that everybody else was getting their food. Now, again, it's not the waiter's fault. Me and my family, me and my entire family, in-laws, aunts, and all that, we all agreed it's not the waiter's fault. It's the cooks. They were not on the A game. They should have been. They should have been on the A game. And I can understand maybe you had more graduating, if you had more graduating classes coming in or more parties coming in there, but as far as I'm concerned, there was only us and another party, and that was it. You should have been on they should have been on their A game, and I think they know this, and I think the guy who served us kind of has some leeway around this, so he's probably told his manager, look, these people were waiting for the food long, we need to, I mean, here's the thing, my brother-in-law's mom, who I look at sometimes as an aunt, basically, she ordered a steak medium rare. She ate a little bit of it, but it was not to her satisfaction because it was not medium rare. So they took it off her tab. They took it off the order. So the waiter took it off the order, and her and her husband said, hey, you know, here's an extra 20 for your troubles because we know you're probably overwhelmed. And if there was any night, any week, they need a place like that needs to be extra staffed up, it's a week like this. You know, a lot of schools are doing the graduations around the area. This is the week to be staffed up. But obviously they weren't, and obviously the cooks were not on their A game. I mean, look, I can understand if you want to go home, you want to relax and everything, but guess what? You need to get your job done first. Anyway, besides that, the food was good. We didn't get no compensation for it because it was good, and basically, as my sisters put it, I inhaled it as soon as I got it. Got my food. So we basically just, you know, went from there back to the house, spent some time there, had a few drinks. If you will, I fell asleep on the couch or on the love seat, and my second oldest sister, my nephew's mom, decides to take a picture of me as I'm kind of steering a little bit, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, like what the heck, you know. But yeah, overall it was a very good graduation day. I just feel it would have been a little bit better if they would have held it today, and here's why. My mom took yesterday off, and things have been going kind of cuckoo, 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 cuckoo at her job at times lately. So I think it would have been better if she took today off than yesterday, and if the graduation was today, because in that way she would have had a full 4-day Memorial Day weekend. Full 4-day Memorial Day weekend. And it's the same with my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law took Wednesday and Thursday off, as a vacation, and basically for his both his boys' graduations, because my 5-year-old, almost 6-year-old nephew had his graduation out of kindergarten.